Welcome to Selfish Confidence, a place where we can connect and be real about how hard it is to be your damn self. My name is Jess, and my goal is to help you build confidence and belief in yourself to live any life path you want, even if it's unconventional. It's time to flip off societal pressures and connect with women who've also felt on the outside by their life choices. We're here to encourage you to grab the mic and speak your truth. I know it can be scary, but we're in this together. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome to the Confidence Quarter. It's Jess here, and I have a really special topic for you today because it's one that keeps coming up over and over and over again. There were a couple times this week where I heard it, and I was like, you know what? This has got to be something that we talk about. And it's something that comes up mostly with women, and as soon as I say it, you are going to be like, oh yeah, I've probably said that before. But before we get into it all, I want to remind you that this week kicks off the next round of the Confidence Collective, which is our 6-week confidence boosting program that helps you to learn more about yourself and feel really good in who you are and do it in a safe space to build confidence to take out into the rest of the world. So if you're sitting there and you're like, you know what, I do need a little bit of a confidence boost. I know summer is coming and I want to feel really good about myself and who I am, not about the physical aspects, but about myself as a whole and as a core. This is the program for you, and I'm really excited that I'm keeping it small so that we can have a safe space that we can really build on who we are through the next 6 weeks, and it kicks off Thursday night's call. So I'm really excited. If that's something that interests you and you're thinking about building on confidence more, send me a message so I can get you in there before we kick off on Thursday. But with that being said, let's dive into today's topic because it is a really special one when it comes to confidence. So what I have been hearing over and over and over again lately is not to toot my own horn, but I'm really good at blank. Or not to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty good at this, or whatever, insert. And I'd love if you're on live, if you have ever said that, or what it is that you have said, because I've said it too. I actually catch myself saying it more than I would like, and especially when it comes to podcasting and when it comes to connecting with women and growing communities and knowing that I am good and natural at some of these things, it feels uncomfortable to say. And I wonder why that is. And we can all have our speculations. I have a great speculation on it being just like a control thing and probably something we saw our parents do, something we have seen other women do. And in my heart, it breaks as I think about these women who I have noticed saying it in the last couple weeks, who are educated, who are, really good at what they do, and they can see it in themselves. They know they're good. But for some reason, we're told to dial it down, to dim it down, to not be too proud of the work that we do and the work that we've put in and, going to school for a really long time and being really, strong and putting the work in. But we can't be proud of that. We can't be too proud. And if you're proud, you should probably do it behind closed doors, right? Just in our heads. You can know you're good at something, but don't say it out loud because that's cocky. That's conceited. Don't go there. And I don't know where that came from. And again, it still breaks my heart when I see people say it. And I wanted to talk about this today because especially around, we just had Mother's Day this past weekend, and I notice it even more when it comes to women who are carrying a heavy load, who are doing a lot of work, who in all areas of their life, in business, in home life, in so many places, but they don't want to be celebrated. And I know we can say that when it comes to Mother's Day, that is a day that we want to be celebrated, right? We want to put that, extra effort and that work in and that love in. We want to be seen for all the effort that we've been put in. But there's still kind of this martyr feeling when it comes to being celebrated and being celebrated for the things that we are good at, right? You don't want to be too prideful. And again, as I think about it, and I know I do it too, it's so uncomfortable to be good at something and to say it out loud. But the more that we do this for ourselves and for other people, we are teaching the world that women can be good at something and be excited about it and can celebrate that and celebrate themselves, right? It's not just when you graduate university or on your wedding day that we get to celebrate. This is something we should be doing all the freaking time. And what's really interesting about seeing more people talk and say, oh, I don't want to toot my horn, or not to toot my horn, but insert the thing that we are really good at, I challenge you to start tooting your freaking horn more. I really don't know why we don't celebrate the things we're good at more. If I knew the people who are on watching live, the people who are listening to this recording, the things that you were so good at, your strengths, I would know who to go to for things, right? I would know who to go to for copywriting. I would know who to go to for photography. I would know who to go to for things. Anything I need in my business and in my life. I would know who to go to for confidence. I would know who to go to for editing sounds. Because we'd finally speak up and say what we're good at. And so I would know where to find you, right? And one thing I wanted to say when it comes to this is that I know I'm putting a lot of onus on ourselves, right? Celebrating ourselves, but it is uncomfortable. Like, it's really uncomfortable to do this. And like, I sit in this because I know how uncomfortable it is for me to do it. And I know that it's similar for a lot of women, right? Even sit here and think about celebrating myself and even bringing up this topic, right? I don't want to toot my own horn, but this is a topic we need to be talking about, right? And that's a joke. I do mean to toot my own horn in that. But when it comes to this, I think if we were to start to celebrate other women, all other women in whatever they do, their strengths or how they show up or how they smile or their nails, I make sure to pay a compliment to someone every single day. And it can be as simple as in the grocery store checkout, telling someone that I love their nails or that their makeup looks good or that they have a beautiful smile or anything, insert whatever. It's something that I take pride in doing every single day. If we are to do that more for other women, I really do think we can start to do it for ourselves too. And we can start tooting our horns so freaking loud, and not just in safe spaces, but in everything we do and in every conversation. It is not cocky, it's not conceited, it's confidence to know your strengths and to speak them out loud. And I think really what's special about that is seeing ourselves in that light. It's really broken for us to put down tooting our own horns. And every time I say that, I still want to laugh because I think like tooting like farts, but that's a whole other topic. But tooting our own horn is a gift. It's not only a gift for us, but it's a gift for other people to see our strengths, to see us, to see what we take pride in. You know, there's so many areas of our lives that we have strengths, but for some reason, we only focus on the negative ones because society tells us we can only look at our flaws. We can't look at our strengths. We can't share our strengths, and we can't, be too much or be too loud. But I'm here to tell you that you can. And it's actually a gift for the world to see your strengths. It's a gift for us to see that you love yourself. And if we start to teach ourselves this, we're teaching other generations that. And I was reading that also this morning in Untamed by Glennon Doyle about, having that martyred approach to motherhood or martyred approach to womanhood that we often have. And as we do, we teach others that that's what happens when you grow up. That's what happens as you start to become a woman. And if you choose to, as you become a mom. And that martyred approach means that your life ends, at 30, right? Once we start to get, what it's like as we get older. And as we start to do that, that's what we tell our younger generation is the truth. And so if we were to change that narrative and start to celebrate the things that we are doing in our lives and what we're doing right now, not just on graduation day, not just on, your wedding day, not just on these monumental celebrations that society has given to us. On every single day, we start to toot our own horns. We start to celebrate out loud that beauty and that confidence that we have. That's what we're teaching the next generation, not just for women, but for all genders, for all people. And I think that is where the change needs to start. Just in tooting your own horn, something really simple. And if that's uncomfortable for you, because I get it, it really is for me too. And even when someone else pays me a compliment, I'm so uncomfortable in it. But I've learned to accept it, to say thank you, to sit in it. And it's like, why is that uncomfortable for me? Why is that particular compliment, or any compliment for that matter, uncomfortable for me? Oh, right. It's probably because society told me that I can't be good at things. Interesting. Well, I'm going to change that. It all starts with how you see it and how you start to change. And I'm so proud of you for even listening to a podcast like this, or even listening to a live like this and being a part of something that reminds you that you're powerful, that reminds you that in your gut, you are made for more and you have more in there. There's magic in your whole freaking body. You just have to celebrate it a little bit more every single day. I'm so freaking proud of you. And I'm just going to look at my notes and make sure that I didn't forget anything. But, the only other thing that I had on my list was that I rarely see men say the same thing. And maybe you can understand that too when I say it. It's like you rarely see men say, I don't mean to toot my own horn. They just don't, it doesn't really come up. It comes from a way that we were raised and raised differently. And I just want to remind you that you are just as worthy and valuable in celebrating yourself as any other person in the world. As any other man that you have in your life that you see can walk around so confidently. You can do it too. And I'm so freaking proud of you for doing that. And if you're struggling with this and if you're like, I really don't know where to start, send me a message. The Confidence Collective is a great space for you. And also the Selfish Sisterhood is an awesome space for you to feel safe, to be able to celebrate yourself, to celebrate your wins, and really see yourself the way that I see you, and the way that a lot of women see you. So let's start tooting our own horns. I hope you have an awesome week.